Here's the secrets of 40 millionaires' wealth revealed. In the Think and Grow Rich book, which was created by Napoleon Hill, he investigates the methods of 500 of the most successful people in the entire world, including some of the richest men and women, top politicians, famous inventors, writers, and huge captains of industry. And this was first published during the Great Depression, and it has since sold over 100 million copies. So let's examine one of the many life-changing lessons from Think and Grow Rich so that you can use it to attract the things that you desire into your life. Let's go right into it. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com. So here's what you gotta remember. You don't need to get more qualified. You need to give yourself permission to fall and fail and learn and grow. You don't need to get more qualified. You need to give yourself permission to fail. For example, in the book Think and Grow Rich, he talks about how Henry Ford, the creator of Ford Motors, he could have told himself that he wasn't educated enough or qualified enough or ready to change the way the world travels and create a multi-billion-dollar company along the way. And although Henry Ford didn't even make it to high school, it didn't stop him from establishing his industrial empire and creating millions and millions of dollars. And Ford showed that being qualified and knowledgeable and well-educated, it's not limited to conventional definitions that often stop us from going for our dream. You just need to give yourself permission to fall and fail and learn and grow. Another example is Gandhi. Without even access to typical instruments of power like money or the military, he managed to defy British colonial power and lead his country to freedom. The only backing that he had was his unwavering belief that he could exercise an influence so great upon his fellow Indians that they would stand up and take their nation back from control from the British. If you want to be successful at something, Think and Grow Rich tells us that it's so important to know that you don't need to overthink it and overanalyze all the stuff in your head about whether you have what it takes. Because the truth is, every person has what it takes to create the impossible. It just takes so many people so much time to understand that because they're measuring based off of conventional measures of success. They start to doubt themselves, they start to compare themselves to others, they start to listen to other people's opinions or the fear that they feel like you don't have enough resources and you're not educated enough, and what if you fail, and what if they laugh at you or ridicule you, or what if you don't know how? What if you don't know how? How is this all going to work? Is this going to be worth it if it doesn't work out? Just remember, you are good enough. You are smart enough. You know enough to get going, and you'll figure the rest out along the way. And those voices go on and on and on. And what you really need to remember is simply that you're good enough. You just have to give yourself permission to fail. Hashtag permission to fail down below. Hashtag permission to fail down below. Just remember that successful people have an unwavering faith in themselves, even if it scares them and even if they fail. You know, in Think and Grow Rich, he talks about how Thomas Edison, even after more than 10,000 failed experiments, Edison could not be shaken from his goal of inventing an electric light source that powered the world. It changed the whole world. He was plain and simple. He was driven by his desire to make his dream come true. And after years and years and years of hard work, he didn't just say, well, maybe I'm not supposed to invent the light bulb, but I'm not qualified enough. Think and Grow Rich teaches us one of the simplest and therefore most often overlooked secret of what successful people would tell you. You don't need to be more qualified. You need to give yourself permission to fall and fail and learn and grow and look silly and look foolish. Hashtag permission to fail down below. Think of one way in your life you haven't been giving yourself permission to fail. Think of one way you have not been giving yourself permission to fail. Think about how many times Edison had to give himself permission to fail. He failed 10,000 times. Think about how many times Gandhi had to give himself permission for other people to hate on him, to ridicule him, to question his motives, and even if his dream was possible. Think of how many thoughts Henry Ford had in his head about not being good enough or smart enough or not knowing what he was doing to become a successful business person or a successful changer of the world. And you might have those thoughts, but remember, this is what Nelson Mandela says. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's when you're afraid and you do it anyways. So take the words of Think and Grow Rich. Develop persistence towards your vision and give yourself the permission to fail. Hashtag permission to fail down below. You know, the worst thing that's gonna happen is you're going to fail and be in the same spot you were before, which isn't gonna be bad at all because you're gonna learn a bunch of new things to be able to accomplish your goal. That's what Edison did. He failed, quote unquote, learned what he needed to learn, made an adjustment, failed, learned what he needed to learn, made an adjustment, and then he succeeded. And the same thing can happen to you. Do not quit. This is Jake Ducey with JakeDucey.com, and keep pushing forward. Keep reminding yourself that you're worthy, you deserve it, that you're closer to success than you think. And be sure that you download my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com, right there down below, jakeshypnosis.com, to train your subconscious mind for success and for abundance. So when you do put yourself out there, get uncomfortable, the negative voices in your head don't control you because you've trained them. So jakeshypnosis.com down below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification right over there in the corner. That's what notifies you for new videos. Remember the words Napoleon Hill teaches us. You don't need to get ready over and over and over. You need to give yourself permission to fail. You need to commit to yourself that you're gonna stick your vision, your dreams, and the things that you deserve out. It's just pushing through that other side and beautiful things come out.